We'll now move to 3.12, the Chancellor's reports. Chancellor?
Greetings, everyone, to the board and to our colleagues, as well as those that are serving the district and those that may be in the audience and those that have served. And before we start with the president's report, I was wondering if we could recognize our student trustees that are here in the sitting, not at the dais, but not in the audience. So sitting right in front of you, if you would like to come forward, President Delphine Polk. And if our two trustees would kind of be on either side of her, because we're going to recognize both. And I think we can be heard without the microphone. No, we need the mic. Okay. And I'll join you just to help.
We go. Congratulations, both of you, as you move on to the next chapter of your journey. We wanted to give you a recognition of your service to our students in our district. So I'll go ahead and start with Sarah Latino. So yes. So this is a certificate of recognition awarded to Sarah Latino, who is a student trustee, for their service and dedicated leadership, continuing service to the students of this community for the academic year 2022-2023. And this is a certificate signed by myself, VP Quinlan, and the Chancellor. So thank you so much for your service. So I will now present this same certificate of recognition to Lisa Hogan. So it's the same message for your service and dedicated leadership and continuing service to the students of this community for that last academic year. Clap, yes. We also are giving student trustee Hogan I believe this is a proclamation from the board because you served 2 years. Yes. So there's a lot of whereases, but I'll start with the first one. Lisa Hogan is a third-generation Oakland, California resident. In 2009, she returned to Merritt College and had the privilege of sitting on the Associated Students of Merritt College Senate and being a member of the Black Student Union. She wants to do her absolute best to promote the same philosophy for all students within her district. She wants to help ensure that every student attends a college district have the resources available to reach their full potential. And so now I'll skip to the bottom. Now it be proclaimed, there's a lot of whereases. Now it be proclaimed that the governing board of the Peralta Community College District expresses its immense gratitude to Ms. Lisa Hogan for her leadership, partnership, accomplishments, and commitment to the Peralta District. Her time as a student trustee began on the first day of July 2021 and will conclude on the 30th of June 2023. This is for you. Thank you very much, both of you, for your service. You want to say a few words, Chancellor?
First of all, I want to thank Sarah and Lisa for their unstinting participation over the last 2 years when it comes to Lisa and the last year when it comes to Sarah. Both of them are transferring, going on. And so I want to give them an opportunity because that is why we are here. We are here for our students. And sometimes that doesn't mesh with everything, but students first, and that is our mission. So I'd like Lisa first to go forward because she's been here the longest, seniority, and then we'll go with Sarah, talk about what you're doing and anything you'd like to share, because this will be here in perpetuity, and you can have your kids look at it and family members. No pressure, right? So here you go.
Well, I want to start off by saying something about something that's not on the agenda. I mean, that's on the agenda. Can I do that?
I'll come back.
I'm just kidding. I'm just messing with you. But no, thank you for everything. I'll be finishing my degree in African American Studies at UC Riverside this December. So I have successfully gained a lot of experience from being on this board. I will take all of my knowledge and experiences with me. And thank you again for all of your encouragement and help, all of you. Thank you.
I am going to be transferring to UC Berkeley to continue my studies in cognitive science. And I would just like to thank everyone that I've met at Peralta, including my boss, John, as well as Tammy and everyone from admissions and records, financial aid, literally everyone just who's been on my journey. So thank you.
Thank you both. This is what success looks like. This is why we do what we do. Thank you both. All right. Presidents, we have two individuals that are sitting in, so I'm going to give them the opportunity to go first. I'll start with Merritt College, and that is Marie Amboy, who is standing in for President Johnson. And then second in line will be Berkeley City College, acting manager in charge at Berkeley City College during this time that President Angelica Garcia is on vacation, is Kuni. And then we'll do a flip-flop. We're going to do all the women first, President Besikof, and then we'll go next to College of Alameda, and that'll be Diana Bajrami, and then last will be our sole individual standing in is President Besikof for Laney College. So start with Marie, and then we'll go in seniority level, as a matter of fact. So you have the floor.
Thank you. Good evening, Chancellor Jackson, trustees, colleagues, and community members. President Johnson is away at a conference, so I will be providing the report for Merritt on his behalf. We are excited that summer has kicked off. One of the signature programs that we've begun several years ago that started again just last week is our Peralta Summer Institute Merritt's Career Education Academy, where we partner with Oakland Unified and the Alameda County Office of Education to provide career exploration and for our K-12 high school and middle school students. This summer, we are offering 4 different pathways for students to explore: I Care, I Deal, I Grow, and I Serve. Well, they'll be able to explore administration of justice pathways, bioscience, child development, community social services, CIS, EMT, fire science, and natural history and sustainability. And this program has grown immensely over the last several years. And it's one of the strategies that we have in place as part of our enrollment plan. So for summer 2023, I know in the report, I just want to make a bit of an adjustment because it shifted from last week when it was submitted to today. We are currently still at 100%, 100.89% of our target for summer FTES, which we're thrilled about. Our productivity is at 15.55, so we feel like we're really on the right track. Of course, the summer program was one of many strategies and that we are going to continue to evaluate, explore, and scale, not just through the summer, but into the fall. So we're really encouraged by what we've seen so far. And that concludes the report for Merritt.
Thank you. I have a very similar reports. I think we are thinking about the same thing about enrollment and then the excitement about students coming back. But anyway, good evening, Chancellor, Board of Trustees, colleagues and guests. BCC has a few updates to highlight for you tonight. So the first day of summer school, June 20th, 2023, it was an exciting day to see students and faculty coming back to campus. BCC met the target as well, FTES or the enrollment goals, while staying within the allocated budget. And then this was truly a collaborative community work. And I'd like to take this opportunity to thank all involved, A&R team, counseling team, outreach and specialist team, PIO, colleagues from the research department, and the entire cabinet members, along with our amazing student ambassadors who helped students all along. And we are also monitoring our fall 2023 enrollment. Believe it or not, we only have 7 more weeks to go. So as compared to last year at this time, we have 26% higher enrollment, which is a good sign, but we want to make sure that that the enrollment continues that way, and then that that we can keep the fall starting off in a good shape as we did for the summer. And then again, I'd like to echo Marie's comment about the Peralta Institute, Summer Institute. BCC is taking part of this program collaboratively with the Peralta Community Summer Institute program for the high school juniors and seniors. And they are enrolling in our regular courses this summer. And we have at BCC 6 CE courses, career education courses that we are offering. So 2D digital animation, human biology, introduction to game design, introduction to robotics, introduction to video, and on-the-job training in education. We have a total of 80 high school students enrolling in those 6 courses, which is roughly 40+% of the high school overall, 40% of the overall enrollment of these courses. So we plan to ensure that these students will successfully go through the CE pathways for their equitable completion by enrolling in the fall and beyond. Finally, I'd like to say that we are continuing to address basic needs. And so BCC is proud to announce that we have resumed our food pantry this summer, which is open Thursdays from 12 to 2:30 for all current students, staff, and faculty. Service would complete on July the 27th when the summer school ends. However, we plan to resume the service for the fall on August 24th. Finally, we are very excited to welcome Dr. Denise Richardson next Monday as our acting president for BCC. That concludes my report. Thank you.
Polk, trustees, Chancellor Jackson, colleagues, and members of community. I did not plan to start with enrollment, but the reports from my colleagues prompted me to think about what made this summer so special, with COA at 110% of the target in terms of FTS target and 17.24 productivity. I think that with major challenges comes some great opportunity. Strengthening the partnership with AUSD, OUSD, sitting at the table to see how we can, improve enrollment, mitigate hurdles has produced some results. At COA, for example, looking at AUSD, promoting the summer courses through marketing and advertisement, working collaboratively with Mark Johnson and the district to go ahead and send the messages out to our community using the data from EMP is producing some results. Hopefully we see the results for fall as year to year we significantly ahead of time. But today I wanted to focus, in addition to what is in front of you, is the major effort are done by our community partners. Especially, I would like to praise the amazing work of Alameda Chamber of Economic Alliance to connect us with people to highlight some of our talents. The last couple of weeks, they had a women leadership at Caribou Bar and Grill. There are 2 amazing leaders. Chancellor Jackson talked about her philosophy of building a positive and effective work culture, talking about her experience in the Army and her experience in different leadership role. Then the other speaker, equally impressive, was Dr. Chris. She was a COA student. And I want to read this because this is impressive. Couple of things about Chris. Dr. Chris Wachira shared their experience in building her successful brand and business, Wachira Wines. Wachira Wines is a Black-owned, woman-owned winery in Alameda County and is the culmination of her outstanding vision and efforts. She is the first Kenyan-born winemaker, distributor, importer, and exporter in California. As a young immigrant working her way through college, through community college at College of Alameda, taking classes, and she thought very highly of her English class, promoting her to get her doctorate. She fell in love with the science of winemaking and developed a deep appreciation for the sense of community built from sharing a bottle of wine with complete strangers. That was a really good event. We were hoping that we could share it, we could be there for the entire time, but we had to rush for ASTI graduation. And another thing that I wanted to highlight, the new academic senate elects a new executive council with Professor Goldstein coming to the district. We have Professor Jennifer Fowler who will serve as a Senate president. We're very excited. She has been a vice president for several years. Dental, and she has been our DE coordinator during the COVID times. Dental assistant program instructor Carla Peggs will be served as vice president. And we have several esteemed colleagues serving in different roles, such as Rich Kaiser, Andrew Park, and Kwesi Wilson, Keddy Carmichael, and so many other faculty. We're really excited. We're working in the summer with the Senate to make sure that we have a successful academic year. And this concludes my report. Thank you.
Thank you, President. So I'd like to turn it back over
Oh.
to, oh, sorry.
Go ahead, Dr. Besikof.
You won't want to miss this one. There's something
My
in this report that
apologies,
is
Rudy.
not in the other ones, I promise. Good evening, Chancellor Jackson, President Delphine Polk, members of the governing board, colleagues in education, and of course, our valued students and community members. In your board report this evening, I also included an enrollment update that shows us running a very fiscally responsible summer and a fall that is going to allow our students to complete their programs and is already showing very strong numbers. And certainly as our efforts continue with just promoting student support, I think those numbers will only get stronger, and very happy about that. But the one thing in the report this evening that is unique is that this past month, there was an asteroid named after our Dean of Math and Science, Angel Fuentes. So just thought I'd share that, and details are in the written report this evening. This past Saturday, I had the pleasure of giving opening remarks at the API Mobilize Summer Bridge program. It's often been said that to be successful, you need to put people in a position to succeed. Summer bridge programs are often that precursor to college that show students around a campus, around a college experience, so that when the first day comes, the shock is less. And it's always something that's great. This is an effort that has been coordinated by our APAS director, Dr. David Lee, in conjunction with OUSD school board member Amy Eng, and led by Dr. Annie Lamb. And this program has been going on now for a couple of summers at Laney, and it's great to see it 100% face-to-face this year. And it is a program that has had appearances by and support from our State Attorney General Rob Bonta, as well as State Supervisor Tony Thurman. As I said, I got to give opening remarks this past Saturday, but the students in this cohort were also treated, these high schoolers, to presentations about leadership by the Port of Oakland Director Danny Wan, as well as BART Director Latifa Simon. And really just, there was a lot of engagement, a lot of collaborative learning that was taking place. And from these, from something like this, besides getting a taste of the college experience, they cover topics that include the importance of leadership and youth in government, also leadership around the skills that include public speaking, and then also some skills around advocacy that take place. So really, this is a program that not only prepares the students of tomorrow, but in many ways, the leaders of tomorrow. Laney College is fortunate to have so many partners, and this is just one more example. And with that, I'll conclude my report this evening. Thank you.
Thank you, President Besikof. I'll now, excuse me, turn it over to President Delphine Polk. Thank you.
Thank you. We will now move to our informational item 4.1. Consider first.